Welcome to 12th class. As already we have started the third chapter, Theory of Consumer Behavior, Marginal Utility and Indifference Curve Analysis. Today we should start the second analysis, and this is Indifference Curve Analysis. Before explaining this, I will like to tell you the difference between schedule and curve. Schedule is a tabular presentation. Whatever you are showing as food and clothes, this is tabular presentation. This is called schedule. And curve is a graphical presentation. I think difference is clear between schedule and curve. Schedule is a tabular presentation and curve is a graphical presentation of schedule. Okay, now we come on the point. Indifference schedule. And indifference schedule refers to a schedule that shows various combinations of two goods. As you can see here, food and clothing. It shows various combination of two goods which give equal amount of satisfaction to the consumer. The schedule shows that the household gets equal satisfaction from all the four combinations A, B, C and D. At combination A, he has 1 unit of food and 10 units of clothes. At combination B, he has 2 units of food and 7 units of clothing, and so on. It means in the C and D also you can see. In order to have one more unit, all of you can see here in the table, in order to have one more unit of food, he has to sacrifice some amount of the clothes, because he is coming on the combination from at A combination you can see here 1 unit of food, 10 units of clothes, and in the B combination 2 units of food and 7 units of clothing. To increase 1 unit of food, he has to sacrifice 3 units of clothing. This is called MRS, marginal rate of substitution. To get 1 unit, he is sacrificing whatever he is giving up. That is called MRS, marginal rate of substitution. I will tell you this in detail later. In order to have 1 more unit, he has to sacrifice some amount of the clothes in such a way that there is no change in the level of satisfaction, whatever he is getting from these combinations A, B, C and D. All of you know very well that resources are limited. In the same way, everything has its own limit. If a consumer is taking 1 unit of food and 10 units of clothes, then on B combination 2 units of food, then he has to sacrifice some units of clothes because he has to maintain balance. That's why without changing the level of satisfaction, he has to manage whatever he is consuming. If we show this combinations A, B, C, D diagrammatically, we get an indifference curve. In other words, indifference curve is a diagrammatic presentation of indifference schedule. As already I have told you the difference between schedule and curve. Diagrammatical presentation, this is indifference curve. In this diagram, quantity of food is shown on O x-axis and that of clothing on OY axis. Combinations A, B, C and D are plotted here, and indifference curve shows various combination of two commodities which give equal satisfaction to the consumer. This is indifference schedule and this is indifference curve. Different points A, B, C and D on indifference curve I see show those combinations of food and clothes which give equal satisfaction to the consumer. Now we are doing indifference map. Before this, we have done indifference curve. We have drawn a single indifference curve IC on the basis of an indifference schedule. But now we are doing indifference map. Indifference map is a group or set of indifference curves, each one of which represent a given level of satisfaction. Now here is not only one indifference curve. There are IC1, IC2, IC3, IC4, and combination of all these indifference curves, it is called indifference map. Listen again the definition. Indifference map is a group or set of indifference curves, each one of which represent a given level of satisfaction. This figure shows such an indifference map consisting of various indifference curves IC1, 2, 3 and 4. Each indifference curve represents different level of satisfaction. The next thing, the further the curve from the origin, this point, the further the curve from the origin, the higher is the level of satisfaction it represents. For example, IC3 is a higher indifference curve than IC2. Is comparison we shall see here. IC3 is higher than IC2. IC4 is higher than IC3. Which means that IC4 gives higher level of satisfaction than IC3. I think all of you understood. Thank you.